Hi everyone, welcome back to the BOTRUN. We have another 850. We have the black pieces against Santiago. E4 is on the board, and let's just go an E5 this time. Hopefully get some sort of mainline opening. Beautiful, 2 knights, maybe an Italian or a Spanish. Yes, okay. I think this may be our first Spanish. Definitely with the black pieces in the BOTRUN. I like the Berlin myself. Bring the other knight out. Okay. Now, I have to be honest, I don't know what the theory is here, but I have a feeling we should not play e takes d4, because that just allows them to play e5 and harass our knight. So I think we can just take on e4. Short castle, okay. Now, you want to be really careful getting greedy with pawns here when you haven't castled. In the Spanish, for example, if we just play e takes d4 here, they could play rook e1 and pin our knight, which is going to lead to some complexities. So, let's just ask the question of the bishop. Fairly standard Spanish idea. A6. Usually white likes to hang on to their light squared bishop. Now we can take with the d pawn and open up the d file for our queen, or we can take with the b pawn, and I think I like that more, as we can later push our d pawn and we're going to have more control of the center. Okay. Now we cannot attack that knight straight away with our d pawn, because it will leave our c pawn hanging on c6. I do like the idea of getting our dark squared bishop involved, but to be honest, it doesn't have any great squares at the moment. I think I like using our doubled pawn here to attack their central pawn. And if they take, we develop our dark squared bishop. Okay, they want to sack the knight. That is interesting. The idea maybe for queen f3, but we drop our knight back to f6 and it's okay, I think. Okay. Let's just go after that straight away. And I think now I like developing the dark squared bishop here, which is not a move I would typically look at playing, because we do kind of block in our own d pawn. But I think that diagonal is really just quite good for the bishop as it stands. And we could even chuck our knight in there now, couldn't we? And that's going to be a pretty good piece. I feel maybe it'll get in the way of our queen though. Could I even just take the h pawn with my queen now? No, because I'll take the knight with check. I don't mind losing the knight if I have an attack, but the fact it comes with check is annoying. So let's get the knight right up in their business. Okay, they saved the rook. And now I think we are definitely safe to take the h-pawn. And the white's king is really lacking some protection here. Okay, so we do kind of have a free move with the knight because we reveal check, but a couple things. You've got to consider if the king can take the knight to where we move it. For example, e2 would be horrible. Also, they can block our queen check with the pawn, which I don't think is a big deal because we could always get out with another check, but it's always worth considering those kind of things because you don't want to think you're winning at tempo only to have that kind of Uno reverse card on you. I think there's no need to rush this. I like taking away the e-file from the king first. And the trade is fine for us because we're the ones who end up with the rook on the open file. Okay, now we must be pretty close to a mate, I reckon. Where can this knight go to do the most damage is the question. And I have a feeling knight h1 double check looks pretty good. And we are again very close to mate here. I don't think we can go queen f2, king takes h1. It's close. Maybe that does work, because then after king takes h1, we can play rook to e2 and have a very strong battery with our queen and our rook. We can also go queen h2 now, and then they go king f1. I think this way works. Force the king into the corner. And create the battery. Okay. And I think white didn't really have a choice there. If they played queen g1, we drop our rook down and pin it to the king anyway, so kind of similar result. And now that's just a free bishop. If we want it, I guess it does help block the mate. Okay, we'll take it. We can take that too. Okay. Let's create the battery. Threaten mate in 1. That doesn't do much. Okay, now we can actually just take this pawn because that rook is somewhat pinned. And this is going to lead to mate. All they can do is block. This is echo. And this is mate. Thank you, Santiago. Alright, check out this game review. 81.6. Did have a blunder and played like a 1550. Okay. So I am not an E5 player. I like the Sicilian. And with white, I generally play the Italian, not the Spanish. Okay, so lots of book moves to start. Okay, so D takes this better. I had a feeling it would be. I guess, yeah, just opening up the queen more. That's okay. Yep, fair enough. If you can follow that, good for you. Blunder, what have I missed there? Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. That was... Oof, that looks horrible. Horrible for black, my goodness. So what I missed was... after knight takes, king takes, queen here, I thought this going back to block was fine. I missed the fact queen would then just outright win that rook there. They don't go for it anyway. Okay, did like taking first, fair enough. Best. Okay, so did prefer the double check earlier. Still, obviously a pretty good position here, having the rook on the open e-file. And I had mate 2 here. Oh, it's nice. That's nice. Sacking the queen to bring the rook in and force mate with our bishop. Our bishop stopping the king's escape. Yeah, very nice. Shame I missed that. So yeah, could have won quicker. Still ended up winning. Result is all that matters. All right, next up, we have our last beginner bot. We're going to go back to the white pieces. It's another 850 Karim. Thanks for stopping in. See you then.